Namaste, my galactic family. This is Angela Sim, Mohrephoh from Amilazori. Pleiadian consciousness here for you. My galactic family, I love you. I adore you. My galactic family, please listen to me with your heart. Let's collaborate, my galactic family, on something is mentioned in the Bible as well. So by connecting all the dots I gave you in Pleiadian Mohrephoh films, my galactic family, by connecting the big dots I gave you, those who follow my films for so many years, my galactic family, you are finally start to see the construct, the concept in this three-dimensional illusionary world of amnesia, a mirror of confusion. I will give you a verse from the Bible, my galactic family, that will not only make you realize more, but to have even bigger faith in God. You become more powerful in your belief system, in your knowing, if you will. Is mentioned in the Bible, my galactic family, that in the end times, my galactic family, Matthew chapter 16, verse 25, my galactic family, is mentioned that those in the end times, of course, is mentioned in the Bible, those who want to save their lives will lose it, and those who will give their life for God Almighty will preserve their life. What does that mean, my galactic family? Let's clarify what that means, my galactic family. Matthew 16, verse 25, my galactic family. It speaks, God Almighty speaks about end times, about the aspect of corona, if you will, pandemic, if you will. You have to understand, my galactic family, it's not like the corona existed or didn't existed, because we create our own universe, we create our own reality and our belief systems, and we are collaborating between each other. Everybody have a different universe, if you will, and we're on a one plane of existence, collaborating with different universes, different understandings, if you will. So for those who believe in coronavirus, those who believed in their world, that was the truth, that was the reality, and they experienced that. Those who watch television, those who trust the system, for them, the virus was real, and you can't tell them otherwise, my galactic family. For them, it was reality, and we have to accept our brothers and sisters who believe in that, because that's what they want to experience. This is their belief system. This is how awakened they are. They experiencing that, and we did everything we could to help them, to avoid what would happen, to have more clarity, more understanding. And a lot of them by now know we told them the truth. But still, their brothers and sisters who believe in coronavirus, and in their universe, in their reality, that's the truth. And we accept that, yes. But there are parallel realities, parallel universes, my galactic family. So for different groups of brothers and sisters, it never happened. And there are this group of brothers and sisters who know that was all a joke. That was planned. Everything was planned. Because it's mentioned in the Bible, those who will do everything to save their lives will lose it. And I'm talking about those who took the jab. It's mentioned in the Bible about those brothers and sisters in the Bible, Matthew 16, verse 25. Those who will be scared and will do everything to preserve their life, and those who took a jab, they will lose it, because we know what's in a jab. We know exactly. The awakened one knows, yes? So you see, my galactic family, is mentioned in the Bible. And those who are not scared to give their life away for God Almighty, what does that mean? And those who will give their life away for God Almighty, what does that mean? That means if you trust God Almighty, if you will not be scared of that coronavirus, you're not going to take the jab, you will survive and you will live. That's what it means, that verse, Matthew 16:25. That's exactly what it means. Because it doesn't matter what parareality, how long ago happened, and what kind of parareality, all prophets, all earth angels giving the truth about the end times and how to be ready to shift your energy, because every 13 million years there's a transformation, if you will, in the multiverses, to bring balance to the universes. What does that mean? It's the whole universe. It's everything is already in existence. Everything you can imagine, something doesn't exist. It's somewhere in the not existence. But those things who are in existence, anything you can imagine exists somewhere, and somewhere that's a pure reality. So everything is speaking about end times, about this transformation. Because we are in one reality, my galactic family, and how many generations you experience that reality, and that the shift is happening in the multiverses. That experience you had in three-dimensional existence, matrix, if you will, plane, in four-dimensional reality, it's still there. It's still there when you were a young child. It's still there. We're jumping billion times per second through pararealities, my galactic family. It's all there. It's where you want to shift. What do you believe? What thoughts and words you process in your mind creates your behaviors, and your behaviors create your habits, and your habits create your destiny. So it's very, very important how to connect your emotions with your thoughts and your words and your actions. Very important. So Matthew 16:25, God Almighty is mentioning in the end times, those who will do everything to preserve their life, they will lose it. And those who took the jab, and those who trust God Almighty, those who will not be scared to give their life away for God Almighty, nothing will happen to them, because they will not take the jab. See how clear that verse tells you about the end times. And it had to happen because God knows the end from the beginning, my galactic family. And God Almighty is aware of all pararealities at all times, because everything is happening right now. So you see, my galactic family, I'm not saying that coronavirus never existed, because for those brothers and sisters who believed in their universe, that was the truth, and we have to accept that. But you and I and all different brothers and sisters, we are in a different parareality, and we know in our parareality that was a joke. The jab and that was everything was planned. This is our universe, and they respect our belief, and we respect their belief. But it's clearly mentioned in the Bible. See how clearly it's mentioned in the Bible about this scenario? So by knowing, by being more aware what I just told you, my galactic family, you you will be so much more powerful in your belief system, in your faith, my galactic family. Can you feel it now? How clear the Bible was telling about all the scenarios. It's just, you have to know which angle you have to read it, and which angle, which perspective, the understanding, the knowing is coming to you. You have to know how to connect the dots. That's why prophets and earth angels, we are here to assist you, my galactic family. So because those who've been scared, my galactic family, and took the jab, they already proven to God Almighty, they didn't have a belief system. Their faith to God was not in existence in their reality, only in words, in thoughts, my galactic family. Because if you truly, truly trust God Almighty, if you truly trust God Almighty and you have faith, you trust Him, and you don't take the jab, because it's mentioned. If you be scared and you will do everything to preserve your life, you will lose it. And if you leave it in my hands, God Almighty is mentioning, if you leave it in my hands, if you believe me and you trust me, because of loving, when you say you love and you don't trust, you don't love. And if you say you trust and you don't love, you don't trust. It's a balance. It's a balance, my galactic family. So those who never took the jab, they proved to God Almighty, you're ready. You truly believe God Almighty. And which avenue you went through to what knowing to not take the jab, it doesn't matter for God Almighty. You didn't take one, and that's what counts, my galactic family. And that already proves to God Almighty that you have faith, you believe, and you trust. That's very, very important, my galactic family. It's very important. It seems like you're reading the Bible for so many years, and some things you understand, some things you don't understand, but it's clearly, everything is mentioned clearly in the Bible. And exactly what it's mentioning in the Bible, that's how powerful you are. If you want to become more powerful, you have to be more aware, more conscious of all the dots we're giving you, my galactic family. And by now, by this film, my galactic family, you'll be extremely powerfully in a belief system. You will feel more healthy, more strong, physically, mentally, spiritually. Because now you know, yes, Angela Sim is right. That was a test. The coronavirus was a test from God Almighty. Are you truly, truly on the timeline of trust? Or are you truly on the timeline of fear? Do you see, my galactic family, now? What are we getting here, with this, my galactic family? So it's clear. It's clear message. Clear message, my galactic family. So, my galactic family, hold this in your heart. Share Pleiadian more films on 6 different YouTube channels with all brothers and sisters, and you will see the big picture, and finally you will tell yourself, I'm home. We're home. I remember. I love you. I love you, my galactic family. I am Renegade member of Family of Light Systems Buster, available for altering systems of consciousness within free will universe on call. I love you, my galactic family. Namaste.